Bam, just go with the gong. Just go
That might
straight
be
in
the
with
only thing.
straight in with the gong.
Only thing that makes me happy today is that gong.
The gong is good.
Maybe not the only thing. Come on, we have some stuff that are optimistic.
Gong is good. Let's see. Oh no, there was a comment I want to address. By the fucking moron known as Bitcoin Radio. Every time I start to give him credit, he says some stupid shit. And so I guess prefacing what you say with release your inner Karens is your way of cherry picking out of 10, 100,000 disparate points. You cherry pick the shit each week of those 10,000 that's accurate. You dismiss everything else. And then you say, release your inner Karens. Buddy, you're a fucking retard. You're a fucking retard. And I mean that in the nicest way. There is no way on earth you will ever fucking succeed at investing if you think that you can reduce all of the noise in the economy to little bullshit anecdotal things like this. You're a fucking retard. There. Was that enough Karen for you? You fucking retard. You're the reason people lose everything they've got, because people start believing in superstition. The amount of days between the last peak, that's all fucking superstition, you moron. It's all superstition. Do you think that Jerome Powell had anything to do with markets yesterday, or was it just the number of days? And then once you get to the certain amount of days, that's it. Price got to go down. But fucking, or do you go back to Benjamin Cohen? No, wait, Benjamin Cohen fucked up last week. He was completely wrong and hasn't said shit since, because he's embarrassingly wrong. So now Benjamin Cohen doesn't count. Now we don't like his TA. So when do we like stuff? We like stuff. We like it what? Once a week when it's the same day. It's always Monday once a week. My watch is right twice a day, as long as it's not digital. Then it's never right. Buddy, you're so fucking flawed. And the problem is, I know you're not joking. I know you're not joking. I know that you buy into this shit. And that's also why I know that you don't have two fucking nickels to rub together as far as crypto's concerned. Because if you act on the information that you profess, you're fucking broke. Like Benjamin Cohen, who's fucking broke. You know these guys are broke, right? These TA guys. They are broke. They have no money. They have nothing in the game. Because if they acted on their own information, they would be bankrupt, like James Wynn. At least I'll give this to James Wynn. At least when that motherfucker goes out there and lights it on fire, he actually lights it on fire. You can go look on chain. He loses money every other day at Hyperliquid. He's wrong, and he's got conviction. You're wrong, Bitcoin, and you're poor. Benjamin Cohen's wrong, and he's broke. These TA guys are all broke. So what they do is they get a bunch of lemming morons that buy into their bullshit. And they just sell subscriptions and they sell advertising and stuff like that. Like, if you don't get it, there is no saving you. And the reason I'm picking on you, it's not just you. There's kind of a handful of people that kind of think the way you do. And they think that there's some kind of weird cheat sheet to winning and investing. And that's how I know you're broke. And if you say you're not, you're lying. And that's fine. And that's okay. Everybody's at a different place in their investment, kind of journey. But if you think there's a cheat code, you're a fucking idiot. And when you buy into this stuff, you're buying into cheat codes and superstition. So is that enough inner Karen for you? Okay. Brandon, what do you got?
Well, here's the thing. Let me say this a different way. I think. Let me just say this a different way. Did the market fall yesterday because there was a hurricane in Jamaica? Because that happened. So did that cause the market to fall? So I saw a lot of TA guys kind of like Benjamin Cohen would. They pointed to the fact that there was a CME gap over the weekend, and they said, "Well, see, the CME gap filled yesterday because there was a CME gap."
Right.
But none of those people pointed to the fact that Jerome Powell talked. or that Donald Trump had a meeting with the Chinese dude
Xi,
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which thing contributed to the loss? I mean, Bitcoin is saying that the 4-year cycle, even though it's a random
You
number of
just
days.
proved it. He makes 6 figures a month selling idiots his shit.
Well, here's the thing. So you pick some random arbitrary number. What's your number? 1064. That's the most random number in the entire world, right? I mean, maybe that is okay. So if you go back historically and look and you count the number of days between the last cycle top and October 6th, yeah, that's 1064 days. But what does that number have to do with anything? The prior cycle top to the number 2 cycle top was not 1064 days. So that number is arbitrarily pointless, I guess.
He just buys.
Hey, Bitcoin, what if it happened to be 1090 days? Would you go back and say the same thing historically? Is what I'm saying. No, I'm honestly asking. Is that what you're saying? What does the 1064 days signify? What does this 1064 days signify? But what does it signify?
Here's how he gets excited. He wakes up, he reads a random article. That random article quotes a weird, obscure fact, and that's easier than just doing your macro.
I understand. I understand these guys posted this article, but what does it mean though? Is what I'm asking. Like, what does 1064 days mean? They can go back and count 1064 days.
It's Bitcoin's cheat sheet. That's so he doesn't have to learn markets. He doesn't have to understand yield curves, Fed funds. It's just his cheat sheet. That's why he's so rich.
Well, I'm just asking what it means. Like, what if it was 1090? What if it was 1100? What if it was 1150? Like, what does this arbitrary number mean to you? Like, what does it mean? Does that mean you were supposed to sell off on 1064 days? Did anybody predict that 1064 day mark exactly?
No, of course not.
Before it happened, or is this an after the fact thing that happened, right?
No, Chris, we can't move on because this is a teachable moment. Because he's not the only fucking idiot. There's a lot of other idiots that are just quiet and that think that there's some kind of cheat code.
I can tell you definitively, Nick, what caused the market to go down yesterday was Powell saying they have not decided on a rate cut for December. I was watching him speak at the presser. As soon as he said that, ETH dropped $100. That's what I can tell you. I can tell you it has zero things to do with any TA. It has zero reason to do with the fact there was a Fibonacci retracement. I can tell you that it has zero things to do with a head and shoulders pattern or any other type of TA stuff. I can tell you that 100% definitively. I watched the market go down the minute he said that.
It is absolutely your religion because this is all you talk about. Your whole life is these little nonsensical, obscure TA details. Like, my worry is you invest with this shit.
They did not call 1064 days. Where's the article? I want to see this. I want to see them say 1064 days before October 6th. Many months. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Bitcoin, you're becoming more retarded by the day. You gotta maybe take a few days off and just go read. Here's what you do. Go listen to Henry Hazlitt's his kind of study on economics. Right? Go listen to Henry Hazlitt for like 7 hours. And then come back.
Has the market recovered before it closed?
What are you talking about? It's still wait. What are you talking about? Hold on.
Maybe I didn't look.
Denny, did you miss something? Where's the recovery? 108,000 Bitcoin. 37.95 on Ethereum. What are those red numbers there? All the way down. See any green ones? Any. None. You think it's just random? It was just a random.
No, that is so. No, the Nasdaq. That's not the crypto market, right? So, okay.
Are you, Denny? Are you in the Nasdaq or are you in crypto?
Let's talk about something else because this is actually interesting.
Jeez, this is why people lose money, man.
This is so the market did not recover. Yeah, we know the stock market's been acting totally different than the crypto market. Hey, so okay,
Shut
so
the
on
fuck
Node
up,
Market,
Bitcoin. You fucking done, dude. You get the fuck out of here. You're a fucking
okay, so here
clown.
we go. So I don't even know it.
He's
The
just a
Node
fucking
Market.
clown.
The
I'm
no,
done
well,
with
I
this.
don't.
I'm done with this dude. He's a
Well,
fucking idiot.
it's frustrating to be like, you know what? They printed an article that the sun went up yesterday. Yeah, I get that. So it's like it's so I don't know. This is tough because what we're trying to say is two different things. I mean, they always try to draw some sort of conclusion on the charts to what happened. I think TA is always historical analysis to what happened, but I can definitively tell you what happened yesterday. I watched it happen. I called Nick when it happened. We were on the phone when it happened or
Yeah.
something. Because I'm like, hey, look, he just said that there's not going to be a definitive rate cut in December. And we both watched everything drop instantly. So macro has so much more. And then last night, the exact same thing happened. As soon as Trump stepped out of that meeting with Z and he got on Air Force One and Z got in the limo, the market dropped because they were underwhelmed by the response or the lack of a handshake or the lack of a hug.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that moves a market. This TA nonsense of is so frustrating to fight with, but we're not going to fight with that anymore. We got to get to some good stuff today.
It's the stupid. It's the cheat code, and this is just another kind of systemic, endemic problem, and that people think that there's a quick cheat code for winning in investing. There just is not. And the reason I pick on certain people is because when they keep bringing the same things up over and over, they do believe it. It is their religion. And so what they'll do is they'll read article after article after article until they find disparate, uncorrelated, weird pieces of information that, again, already agree with their pre-existing beliefs. That's confirmation bias. That's the very first one you learn. And if you suffer from confirmation bias, it's the easy way to fix it. When you're looking for information, you've got to prompt your question with zero bias in the question. So, for instance, is there a correlation between the number of days in a peak and a trough, and a peak and a subsequent peak in the price of Bitcoin? Okay, so it'll go to all the peaks, but if you say, show me the correlation between the peaks and troughs and peaks of Bitcoin, then, oh, surprise, surprise, you find articles that show you a correlation. That's confirmation bias. You have to work hard to not be in the echo chamber of your own creation. It's tough because you want to hear the things that you want to hear. You want to hear the things that say you're going to be rich soon. You're going to have money soon. That just ain't the way that works. So hopefully we can cure some of it. Definitely not all of it. Maybe we can cure some of it. All right. And by the way, I'll bet you $1 gazillion the Fed will be cutting in December. You think that just think about this. You think all the people that Trump has now appointed, you think they're all going to turn in December and go the other direction? The guy that dissented that wanted 50 basis points, Mirren, think he's going to go the other way? They already have the votes for December. Jerome Powell is an embarrassed old fool having to admit to the world we're cutting rates. When the Federal Reserve admits, it's admitting failure, it's admitting defeat, it's admitting that for 2 years they've been so incredibly wrong. And so it's hard to eat. It's hard to eat that much crow. So of course he's going to say it with a hawkish stance. And remember when there was a reporter in the presser that tried to ask him, like, well, how many people? He go, well, it's not a foregone conclusion. Bullshit. They already have 5 votes. They already have 5. They already have 5. You're telling me, so they have 5 that won't change. Of the other 6, because remember, it was 10-2. And of the 2 dissenters, one said no cut, one said 50 points, right? So basically it was 11-1. They already have 5. You don't think any of the other 6 people including the guy that wanted 50 basis point cut. You don't think any of them are going to go on the side of cutting? None, not one of them.
Hey, how many of these guys are going to still stay? Does he replace the whole gamut, or is it just Powell that he's replacing?
Well, I don't know when that occurs, but he said they're going through the reappointment process now.
Okay.
And then there's the one lady that's dealing with the legal thing. But until there's some kind of finding or she please, I guess he can't fire her.
Oh yeah. Innocent until proven guilty. Please.
Right. And he has to at least honor that because he's been in the crosshairs of a few of those himself. So
yeah.
So I mean 25. I think, well, there's no crystal ball, but they already have the votes for 25. They already do. So when Jerome was saying that, my guess is there was two dissenters. There weren't two dissenters. There was one dissenter in the room, and maybe someone else that was on the fence and said, we can go this time, and maybe let's wait till the government turns back on and we get some data. Now, if we get to the middle of December and the government is still turned off, well, we'd be in the middle of World War fucking III, first of all, because you would have civil war in the fucking streets. People just stopped getting their food stamps yesterday. How long do you think that's going to work out? Now, like the clock is ticking now. So, what does it say? It's the rule of threes. You go 3 minutes without air, you're dead. Right? You go 3 days without water, you're dead. You go 3 weeks without food, everybody's dead. Like it's fucking chaos, right? You live in the Middle East. So but if the government shutdown somehow in some goddamn dystopian nightmare got to December, then yeah, I don't think the Fed would do shit because they would say, we haven't seen any information in 3 months. You know what? I would probably agree. I would say, yeah, probably don't do anything until the government turns back on and everybody figures out what the fuck is going on. But I don't do TA, but I don't think my current TA using my lawn chairs doesn't show the government waiting until mid-December to turn back on. I mean, I think the pressure's on at this point, and I think that they're going to. I'm surprised we are this far into it, but that's coming. A finalized deal with China is coming. Some kind of understanding about what's going on in the Ukraine is coming, and I think another Fed rate cut's coming. Again, if the information gateways get turned back on. Another thing too, Jerome said something that it was a pretty good press conference all around. I don't think except for the whole December. Oh, trust me, that the Fed's version of you're not the boss of me, right? But there was one thing he said that kind of irked me when he said that he still sees good employment data. And then someone questioned about that. He goes about the layoffs, like, well, we're not seeing it in the insurance rolls yet. Oh, yeah, because Amazon just announced yesterday that they're letting go of 34,000 people. Yeah, Jerome, you're not going to see it in the state insurance claims from last week. That's right. You're not going to see it. Amazing job there pointing that out. But so the way he frames stuff, he specifically frames things, again, his own kind of self-preserving confirmation bias. Never mind the facts. This is my opinion. And that's what we're dealing with. So of course he was going to be hawkish. Of course, it's not a foregone conclusion. You don't know what I'm thinking, Brandon. You don't know what I'm thinking. How many fingers am I holding up? You don't know what I'm thinking. Shut
Had
up.
to do that to stick it to the market, didn't he? Oh my gosh.
Well, no, you know what's dumber? What's dumber is the people that reacted because of him.
Well, and it's just that's why it's kind of like more. That's why the Nasdaq's up and crypto's down. It's because we have a less mature market. It feels like we do have people that oh, we're screwed selling. Well, I think it's a low IQ market. Yeah, and that in the 4-year cycle that people are still wanting to hold on to.
Yeah,
They're selling because of that.
That's just old South Korean whales. That's no one actually believes that except for like a handful of idiots.
Well, the reality of the situation is crypto is in a better spot than it ever has been in history.
Yeah.
There's not going to be the same thing that happened last cycle. We've already had some major issues happen, and Bitcoin held above 100K. Like some major things that would have collapsed last cycle.
The president can remove a Fed governor for cause. The problem is, I guess the courts are determining what constitutes cause. Because remember, the Federal Reserve is a private institution. It's not a government agency. The Board of Governors is a government agency. So you have a situation where it's kind of like in limbo, and the courts have said a president can remove a Fed governor or a chair for cause, but it's not so certain what cause is. I think cause would have to be like a felony indictment, right? Like not, well, no, it wouldn't be an indictment because she got indicted. It would be a felony conviction or a plea, right? Whatever, what do you call it? It's a guilty plea, but they call it something else. Anyway, if she would plead guilty to the mortgage fraud thing, then yes, she'd be in trouble. But probably if you look very closely, every other person in Congress has done that. They got to hide their money somehow. So like, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, no contest. That's right. No contest. Kurt, let me find out you've been indicted before. He's like,
it's one of those things. Tell me you're indicted without telling me you were indicted.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, Brandon, what do we got?
We got, well, this is the CME expectations now for December down to 68.8%. It dipped as low as 64%, obviously for a quarter rate point cut. 31% saying it's going to stay even now. So that's the fear in the market Nick was talking about. I tend to fully agree with Nick. I think this is a joke. I think this will trend up to 100% here soon, and there will be a rate cut in December. We will see what happens, but that's where I'm at on that whole situation.
Well, think about it. If they're data dependent, they're about to get all this layoff data.
Well, that, and I was telling you this yesterday, I think they're a little bit confused with everything right now because AI really is doing what the AI people said it was going to do, is taking over jobs. There is a 30,000 person job cut that just happened over at Amazon, and those are not blue collar workers. Those are white collar workers. Those are people coding. Those are people doing the AWS just by chance. Those are people that have degrees that are getting cut from the workforce, and they're just getting simply replaced with AI. And those job openings aren't going to happen again. So the Fed and their dual mandate are going to be a little bit confused because now they don't know how to read this because there's not more jobs being created. So that should tell them, oh crap, the economy sucks. But actually the economy is doing better, even though no new jobs have been created. So the economy is actually improving because of AI. So our economic growth is actually doing better, but there's less jobs, which they use job growth and job openings to say, oh, the economy's improving because more employers are hiring, blah, blah, blah. But that's absolutely a disconnect now from reality. So they're going to be a little bit confused now going forward if they stick to their old ways. And so I think that's going to cause some dissension and some cognitive dissonance with our federal Jerome Powell, our Fed man, Jerome Powell. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. I mean, the stock market's older, it's up and to the right. Everyone just kind of buys it. Also, remember, when NVIDIA makes up 8% of the S&P 500, if NVIDIA goes up, market goes up. Period. You're looking at 7 stocks now that comprise what? Like some, I don't know what the top 7 now comprise, but I bet it's 25% of the entire S&P 500 in those seven assets. But anyway, yeah. And then in crypto, very timid and frigid.
I have a report on that actually. If you want me to share, let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. That exact thing that you just talked about. Let's see how fast I can find things.
Go on.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a little bit more Ethereum today. Vocational skills are safer than IT. Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of the. I mean, this all should have seemed obvious. Like, if you
Where
were,
is it?
how many people do you think have jobs proofreading these days?
No kidding.
Right? Remember that used to be a
Uh,
proofreader. Huh. I'm
yeah,
a
ChatGPT is
grammar.
now my
I go and
lawyer.
fix.
Like,
I fix grammar. I'm a that stuff's over with. Editors don't even do grammar anymore. All editors do for books, for the very few that they do, is they actually do some content changes. Like they change, they do continuity, they do stuff like that. They're actually like, they come in as kind of co-writers. An editor does, but I mean, if you do a job where you take some available information, you shake it around and you hand it to someone else, like these TA guys. There's nothing that these guys do. And I would be shocked if Benjamin Cohen's pulling six figures, first of all. I doubt that. He's not doing six figures a month, not with his track record. But anyway, if you take available information and you churn it and then you hand it to someone else, you are irrelevant. You don't need to exist. AI can do what you claim to do right now, this second, no matter how complex what you think you do is. Let's see.
So here it is. So this is all net wealth of the U.S. stock market since 1926 has been generated by 3.4% of the companies. So 97% of all stocks have barely contributed to the long-term shareholder wealth creation. 1.8% of the top reflects 90% of those gains.
Damn.
And only 0.26% of the firms have created half of all the wealth.
So I was off on the small side.
Yeah, which is crazy. 0.26.
Yeesh. Let's see. Do you see an overly concentrated investment doom loop coming for AI? I don't know, because the thing is everybody likes to shit on AI, but AI continues to deliver. I think that's the thing that people are having a hard time grappling with. All of the, at first it was like, oh, it's fear. AI ain't going to never take my job. Yeah, it is. Well, it won't do this. It won't do that. Yeah. Wait till the robots come by this time next year. 2026 is the year of the robots. I was listening to a thing where Elon was basically saying the reason, one of the things they have to get is they have to be able to mass produce these things, production at scale. He goes, and that's what Tesla can do, production at scale. So these things are $20,000 to $30,000. And at that point, you don't think they're going to be in every single house? I ain't having no damn robot do all my chores. Bullshit. Find me the redneck that says that. There isn't one. You mean I can just sit down and drink beer and watch football 7 days a week? Hell yeah. Robot, clean my shit. Dude, you're going to be able to lease them. It's just going to be like Teslas. You get one online. The motherfucker's going to walk up to your front door, knock on the door, and come on in. Hey, robot. What's up, Optimus? I mean,
do some laundry.
Well, just think about it. Just doing the little tasks you do each day, even if it's 30 minutes of stuff. If you don't ever have to do that stuff again, or maybe every now and then, like, oh, hey, robot, let's for the next 2 weeks put those over here rather than there. Okay, great. But think of the time it will free up time, and then this is the greater story of AI is going to free up time. Then the question is like, is that a good thing? Is people with a bunch of what is it? What is the devil's playground? Idle minds.
Idle time is the devil's playground.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what happens when people do a whole career and then they retire? They die within 3 years because they don't have a sense of purpose.
Heard that a lot. Yeah.
People are going to have to really. They're going to have to really think about purpose and what makes them happy. If we lived in an environment where, food was no longer an issue, housing was no longer an issue, then Then what? Like, I think people are going to have to grapple with what their purpose might be, or what brings them happiness. I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time with this. I think the generation that grows up around AGI and robots is going to be fine. But the generation that's entering it is going to be okay. The generation that didn't have it and that's now watching it appear, that first group of people that are AI retired at age 36, they're going to have many years of thinking to do. And don't give me some longevity meds where we live to 200 or 250. Can you imagine being retired for 200 years?
Oh, jeez. Nah, you could just service, I guess, right? So,
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like.
Jupiter had a pretty big call yesterday. I don't know if you guys caught it. The vote went live a few minutes ago for the burning of the litter box. They're going to have two parts to this vote. The first part is, because they want to do this methodically, the first thing is they have 130 million Jupe tokens currently in the litter box, which is 4% of the circulating supply. So this is actually a little bit different than their first one. The first one, they burnt uncirculating tokens, so it's like they're not even in the market.
Yeah.
Didn't make a difference. This time they're burning circulating tokens, so it may have a little bit. I think there's a lot of wariness of people concerned with what they were going to do with those tokens, whether they're going to be rediluted into the market or not. So this vote will go to say what you want to do with that litter box. You can vote to burn it or not burn it. Simple
well, you
vote.
voted to burn it, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't voted yet, but I will vote to burn it. I don't want to not burn it. I'm going to burn it.
Burn it.
The next vote will, since they are still doing 50% buybacks, the next vote will be to determine what to do with those 50% buybacks. So there will probably be another option to burn 50% in continuation forever, or there will be some machination of partial burn, partial ASR, partial,
burn, and I'll tell you why. Because people just look at BNB and say, what has BNB actually achieved? Nothing except number go up.
That's right, baby.
And does anybody use BNB? Yeah, not really. Anybody building on it? No, not really. Why does number go up? Burn. Burn, 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 burn. Burns. Constant burns. It's another weird kind of Ponzi type thing. No one cares.
Yeah. No, yeah. I say burn it. Let's see what happens when they burn it. Burn the crap out of that bad boy. Let's burn it. So that's what I'm going to, you can go vote. Also, this vote has no impact on your ASR. If you don't vote, who cares? If you do vote, who cares? Doesn't matter. So you can choose to vote or not to vote, and it won't impact your ASR in the slightest. The team has told us that the 7-day staking, I thought they said this on the call, that they're going to implement the 7-day unstaking after this vote is finished. So we'll see how that happens. Also, yesterday, they are launching their ICO platform. So the very first one on their ICO platform is going to be a company called Humidify. Humidify is a company that does the back-end liquidity, I think, for a lot of swaps on Solana. They claim to do the back-end liquidity for 30% of all Solana swaps, which is crazy.
Wow.
It's going to be, which is nuts. So in the last 30 days, I have their metrics pulled up. They did $33 billion worth of volume. Kind of a lot. So you will have an opportunity as a Jupe staker to buy into their pre-sale for their ICO. And the way that is going to work is you get, I think you're on round number 2. So whitelist is reserved for early supporters or invited users, and then Jupe stakers get to fill their second round. Once the rounds fill, it'll instantly be live for trading. There's no lockup, no nothing. And so as soon as the third round is finished, they will immediately put liquidity into Meteora, and you'll have your tokens. You can go claim those, and you'll be able to sell those.
Oh, it's launching over at Meteora?
Yeah. So it'll launch. Everything's going to launch, I think, through Meteora. Well, that's where the liquidity is going to be added.
So Meteora is the play, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. Meteora's kind of got beaten up, but I guess, maybe.
But I mean, if they start launching these projects on a regular basis?
Yeah, Meteora is pretty much partnered with Jupiter. So any ICO will be over at Meteora. That's where they're going to put the liquidity, and that's where who's going to earn all the DLM fees. So all the LP fees and everything will go through Meteora. But
So
as we've learned in the past,
yeah,
who cares?
yeah,
How does that affect the token price?
yeah, probably doesn't.
I don't know. So yeah, we could say all this stuff, and that's cool for
So is
Meteora,
this
but
one? Is it? What is this priced at? Do we know what the price is?
I don't have a price yet. I don't know when it's launching either. But they do have 0 outside investors. The ICO is going to be the only investment they seek. So that's kind of cool. So you are kind of the only people coming into this. But at the same time, remember, a token does not equate to equity.
No.
So if there's a buyout, if they make money, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's the thing with these tokens.
Yeah.
But the same thing's kind of true for stock. It's like they claim it's equity, but really is it?
It's not.
You know what I mean? It's not. Like, let's get down to brass tacks here. So this will be kind of cool for Jupiter and for this new Humidify project, in my opinion. It's going to kind of be fun, I guess. We'll go through that. So when that comes out, I guess that's going to be coming soon. You can decide whether or not you want to get into it. I would bet you would make some money on this a little bit. The question is, will we have any money left by the time it gets to that point? I don't know. So we'll see.
So when is this going to happen?
That was dire. It's got to happen soon because they announced it yesterday.
Oh wait,
I would imagine.
Does your
I would
amount,
imagine.
does the amount of tokens you have staked have anything to do with how many of these tokens you could buy in an ICO?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it gives you a little bit of leverage there. They're not going whale fishing, whale hunting,
right?
Where they make it like the more tokens you have, the less you can get. Like, we want to make it for the little guy and all this kind of stuff.
No, that's garbage. I mean, if you have 1 million tokens staked, you should be able to buy more wet than the guy that has 10 staked. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It shouldn't be. Are you staked? Yes. Then buy whatever you want. You know? No.
Yeah.
It should be weighted. I assume it will be. The last thing on the Jupiter stuff. Okay, what was it? So this vote ends on 4 days, 23. Oh, let's talk about what we talked about behind the wall. Sorry, we should go behind the wall.
Okay.
About the timing of the Jupiter stuff.
Oh, okay. Let's go here, and let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here, and
going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.